What's going on, man? Welcome back to another video, dog. And today we have, wait a minute, y'all. Before we say anything else, all praise to the Most High. Anyway, today we have pick your first gun. I guess your personality. I don't know how this finna go. I feel like some racism finna get involved. Anyway, let me go ahead and let's get right into it. I feel like this finna be stereotypical.
Alright, now
not
some
racist.
of y'all think I'm Boomstick from Death Battle. Now, I'm not gonna confirm or deny anything, but that'll make sense by the end of this video. Today, we're talking about what your first gun says about you as a person.
Okay.
We got 16 guns on this list, from the classy Browning high power to the absolute lunatic who bought a 50 cal as his first firearm.
Right.
Prepare to get roasted and let's see what your first gun says about you. That's
Okay.
right. If your first gun was a Browning high power, well, congrats. You peaked early and you've been chasing that feeling ever since. The high power is classy. It's a John Moses Browning design. It's got history. It's got style.
That's nice, though.
It's got that single action trigger that feels like butter. This was a gun for someone who did their homework, appreciated craftsmanship, and wanted something timeless. Problem is, you set the bar so high that every gun after this has been a disappointment.
Yeah.
Glocks, SIGs, CZs, they all work fine, but they ain't a high power. You're like someone who drove a vintage Porsche as their first car. Sure, that's pretty cool, but now a Honda Civic just feels wrong.
Facts.
You're
I feel
spoiled
that.
and you did it to yourself. But
Yep.
hey, at least you got taste. Most people start with a high point. You started with excellence. That says something. Wow, you played it safe and boring. The Glock 17 is reliable, practical, and about as exciting as a beige Honda Accord, but you know what? It works.
Who? What type of damn description is that? That big ass gun. That gun big as hell. I had a Glock 17. It was two-tone. It was brown. And it wasn't a regular Glock 17, if you understand what I'm saying. But it was two-tone. That joint was brown and black, like desert tan and black, or whatever the color is. That what? The first thing I did was slap a 30 in it. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care about none of your opinions. I don't care about none of your jokes. Yes, that's what I did. Slap a beam on it, calibrated it, and put an extended mag in it. And then I went and put a mag extension on the regular one that was the same color as the lower. So I held 19 instead of 17. If you know, you know. I don't know what the hell born about no Glock 17. You tripping.
You're the kind of person who reads reviews, watches YouTube videos, asks for recommendations,
Gen 3 too.
buys the most
We don't do Gen 4s over
recommended
here.
option.
Or
You
Gen
didn't take
5s or
risks.
Gen 6s either.
Get creative. You got a Glock 17 because everyone said it was the right choice, and guess what? It was. It's never
Facts.
let you down. It's
Look
boring
at
as
that.
hell, sure, but it's never let you down. Your personality might be boring too, but hey, at least you're stable, unlike the rest of us who bought weird guns and regretted it.
That wasn't
You're the
my first gun,
responsible
so I ain't
friend,
tripping.
the designated driver.
And
The guy
like I
who
say,
actually reads instruction manuals. Boring? Yeah. But reliable? Yeah.
and like I
Honestly,
say,
that's not
my
the worst
Glock
thing.
wasn't a regular
So you
Glock.
keep doing you, Glock guy. If your first gun was a Mossberg 500, you were raised right. This is the shotgun your dad handed you when you turned 18 and said, "Son, this is all you need."
Not a
And you know what?
500,
He was
but
not
you
wrong.
close.
The Mossberg 500 is reliable, affordable, and versatile. You can hunt with it, defend your home with it, and if the zombies show up, you are ready for that too. You're practical, you value tradition, and you probably grew up in a home where guns were tools, not toys. You didn't buy this gun to flex on Instagram, you bought it because it works. You're prepared for home defense and the apocalypse, and that's pretty admirable. You're
Yes,
the kind
sir.
of person who keeps duct tape, first aid kit, and extra ammo.
I wonder
in
if
your
he gonna
truck.
say the actual gun that I had. It was a
Mossberg 500 is the first gun. You were
No, it
raised
wasn't a
right, and
Mossberg.
it shows. Honestly, if Boomstick ever had a first gun video, this would be it. Pump shotgun, zero nonsense, and the mechanical equivalent of "I'm done explaining myself."
facts.
You skipped a starter pistol and went straight to the "I saw a cool guy on YouTube." Your first gun was an AR-15 because you watched some tactical bro talk about modularity, home defense, and
I still haven't had an AR-15 yet.
Platform ever. And you thought,
why?
Yeah, I need that. Did you know how to
I
shoot?
need one.
Probably not. Did you understand gas systems, buffer weights, or MOA? Absolutely not. But you wanted one, so you got one. And you know what? That's fine. The AR-15 is a great platform, but you definitely jumped into the deep end without knowing how to swim. You spent your first range trip figuring out how to load a magazine and wondering why your groups look like a shotgun pattern, but hey, you did learn. And now you're probably building your third AR because you're obsessed. You skipped the tutorial, but you're having fun, and that is what matters.
You're the type of dude that notices the small differences and stuff like right here. And I don't know the difference in none of that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not an AR guy.
Your first gun was a Ruger 1022. One of the two things happened here. Either your dad taught you gun safety and how to fix everything with duct tape, or your first gun was when you were a kid with an army dad teaching you the ways. The 1022 is the classic.
Wasn't an army dad, but
it's lightweight, low recoil, reliable, and cheap to shoot. This is a gun you learn fundamentals with. Trigger control, sight alignment, breathing. You probably spent hours plinking at cans in the backyard, and your dad stood behind you saying, "Slow is smooth, smooth is fast." You were taught right. You didn't start with a hand cannon or a tactical rifle. You started with a 22, built good habits, and then you moved up.
This is my question to y'all. Whether it was real or fake, whether it was an actual firearm or a toy, what age were you when you got your first gun of any kind? Real gun, not no Nerf gun, a gun that looked like an actual gun. Whether it was a toy, BB gun, airsoft gun, whatever. I was 4, maybe 5. I think I might have been 5. I had to be like 4. I don't know. I was very young. I might have been 6. I don't know. It was between the ages 4 and 6. I know that for a fact. It was a shotgun. And ironically, a shotgun was actually my first real gun. Anyway.
That's the right way to do it. If your first gun was a 1022, you're probably a solid shooter now because you learned the fundamentals properly. Respect. You panic bought something safe and now pretend you researched it extensively. Let's be real. You walked into a gun store, saw the M&P shield, heard the guy behind the counter say, "It's a great carry gun," and bought it on the spot. Then you went home and watched 17 YouTube reviews just to justify your decision. The Shield's a fine gun, don't get me wrong. It's reliable, affordable, and easy to carry, but you didn't really research it. You panicked, bought what was available, and then you convinced yourself it was a perfect choice. And you know what? It kind of was. The Shield's a solid first gun, for sure. But stop pretending you spent weeks comparing specs and reading forums. You walked in, panicked, and walked out with a Shield. Own it. It's fine. We've all been there. Oh, buddy, your wallet said nope.
What, an FN?
Said, "Please don't jam." And your friends still bring it up. The Hi-Point C9 is the punchline of gun ownership. It is ugly, heavy, and it's got the ergonomics of a brick. But you know what? It was cheap and you needed a gun. Did it jam? Probably.
Yes.
Did it work well enough?
No.
Yeah, somehow it did.
No, it didn't.
I've once had this weird reputation with...
That is the ugliest... Man, that's pissing me off looking at it. I ain't never had a Hi-Point in my life. Matter of fact... Damn. Bitch better answer the phone. Hold on. I think I might know somebody that had a Hi-Point. Bitch better answer the phone. Bitch, you better answer the phone. It's not him, but hold on. Give me 1 second.
Yo.
What the hell you doing?
Get something to eat.
I got a question.
Sure do.
K1 ever had a Hi-Point?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure. You ever had a Hi-Point?
Oh,
okay. I was just making sure. That's all I called for.
Why you had that?
Cause if you did, then you niggas are losers.
No, never had a Hi-Point.
Oh, okay, cool. Alright. I'm gonna get over with you.
Alright, bro.
I just had to make sure. You can't be in my bloodline and be a Hi-Point owner or previous Hi-Point owner. I'm disowning you right now.
They're absolute trash, but they're also borderline indestructible. They're like cockroaches. They're ugly, but they survive everything. You bought
Okay,
this
you got
gun
one.
because you had $200 in a dream, and honestly, it's respectable in its own way. You made it work. Sure, your friends roast you every time it comes up, but you got into gun ownership on a budget, and that counts for something.
No, the hell they don't.
Maybe upgrade eventually.
No. Now.
You like modularity because commitment
Hell.
scares you. The SIG P320 is all about options. Swap
No.
the grip, change the slide, build it
No.
however the heck you want, and you love that.
And
Why
you
commit-
are gonna blow your leg off and cheddar bob yourself. What are you
It's one
talking about?
configuration when you can have 17. You're the kind of
No.
person who can't decide on a restaurant, changes their mind about paint colors 3 times, and has commitment issues in relationships too. Sorry, I know that last one hurt. The P320 is a great gun when it doesn't fire on its own. You
Exactly.
didn't buy it for performance, you bought it because it gave you options. And options mean you don't have to make a final decision. You probably own 4 different grip modules and still haven't settled on a final build. That's fine. Commitment's overrated. Keep swapping parts and tell yourself you'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah, when you
People
cheddar
leave it.
bob yourself and you be in the hospital.
You thought the grip safety was a feature. Bless your heart. The Springfield XD is a solid gun, but that grip safety? My friends, that's a gimmick. Doesn't make
Yeah.
the gun safer, it just adds an extra step.
Exactly.
When you bought your first gun, you thought, oh, wow, a grip safety. That's so smart.
That's
And the
stupid.
guy at the gun
Yeah.
store didn't correct you because he wanted to make the sale.
Yep.
Now you're stuck defending the XD at the range while everyone else rolls their eyes. Look, the XD works. It's reliable, it's affordable, and it gets the job done. But that grip safety ain't the selling point you thought it was. It's okay. We all make mistakes with our first gun. You learned, and
I didn't.
at least it wasn't the pre-mentioned high point. You watched one 80s action
Yeah.
movie and made it your entire personality.
Colt.
The
A
Beretta
Colt.
92FS
Oh,
is iconic.
Beretta.
It's a gun from Lethal Weapon.
I still want a Beretta though, bro.
I mean, come on. Basically every action flick from the 80s and 90s. You saw it on screen and thought, that is the coolest gun ever. And you bought one. And you know what? It is cool. The 92FS is smooth, reliable, and has that classic DASA trigger. But let's be honest, you bought it for the vibe, not the practicality. You probably quote action movies, own a pair of aviator sunglasses, and have a leather jacket you wear unironically. You're living in the 80s, and you know what? We bless the gun gods every day for people like you. You're keeping the dream alive, so keep rocking that Beretta, action hero. Look, man, everyone starts somewhere.
I'ma still get one. I don't give a damn if
Clearance,
it's 2055.
Taurus G2C is what you buy when you got $250 and you need a gun right now.
Yeah.
Best?
No.
Is it reliable? Sometimes. But it was cheap, and that mattered. You walked into the gun store, saw the price tag, and thought, yeah, that'll do.
Yeah.
And, you know, it probably did do. Taurus has come a long way, and the G2C actually works pretty well for what it is, but let's not pretend this is your dream gun.
It
This is
ain't.
your, I need something, and this is what I can afford.
Right now,
gun.
exactly.
That's okay. We all start somewhere. Just maybe upgrade eventually. Your wallet and your confidence will definitely thank you.
Exactly, for
You
sure.
bought this because someone's uncle said it was the only shotgun you'll ever need. And you know what? That uncle was right. The Remington 870 is one of the most popular shotguns.
Now, I didn't buy a Remington 870, but I bought a Maverick 88. And I don't feel like he gonna say nothing about a Maverick 88, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that right now. It's very, very similar to this. So I'm taking offense to whatever you say.
Shotguns in history. It's reliable, affordable, and has been around since 1951. You didn't overtake.
Oh wait, no, my first gun was a Mossberg with 2 pistol grips on it. Yeah, hold up, wait a minute. But I ain't buy it though. Anyway,
You asked around, someone told you to get an 870, and you did. You're the kind of person who trusts advice from people with experience, and that is just smart.
yep,
The
yes sir.
870 is a workhorse. It'll hunt, it'll defend, and it'll last you a whole lifetime. You made a solid choice, and you didn't need to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes the classics are classics for a reason.
Facts.
And that uncle knew what he was talking about.
Yes, he did.
You wanted concealed carry so badly you accepted painful to shoot as a lifestyle. The Ruger LCP is tiny. It fits in your pocket, it disappears under a t-shirt, and it's perfect for deep concealment. It's also one of the least pleasant guns to shoot on the freaking planet. The grip is tiny, the recoil's snappy, and after one magazine, your hand feels like it got in a fight with a cheese grater. But you didn't care. You wanted concealed carry, and you wanted it now. So you bought an LCP. Shot it once, you winced, and then carried it every day anyway.
Yeah.
And that's commitment. You value practicality over comfort, and that's pretty dang respectable. The LCP is a great carry gun, it's just not a great shooting gun. But you knew that going in, so respect. You've got taste. Unfortunately, nobody else at the range knows what you're shooting. The Walther PPQ is one of the best striker-fired pistols ever made.
Right.
The trigger's incredible, the ergonomics are top-notch, and it shoots like a dream, but it's also kind of niche. Most people at the range are shooting Glocks, SIGs, and M&Ps, and you show up with a PPQ and people start squinting like, what the heck is that?
Is that hell?
Try to explain how amazing it is, but nobody cares because, you know what, it ain't a Glock.
Facts.
You're a person who drinks craft beer while everyone else drinks Bud Light. You got refined taste, but you're also slightly pretentious about it, and that's fine. The PPQ is a phenomenal gun.
It look like a
Just stop
toy.
acting surprised when people don't recognize it. First gun is an AK, buddy. You didn't ease into the hobby. You skipped straight to Mob Boss intro. Most people start with a 22 or a 9mm pistol, but you? Bud, you went full Kalashnikov. You saw the
Yeah.
AK's reputation for reliability, watched some videos of people abusing them, and thought, oh yeah, that's the one.
I
You
need
didn't
that.
care about modularity, ergonomics, or optics compatibility. You wanted a rifle that works no matter what. And you got one. The AK is a beast.
Facts.
It's loud, it's got recoil, and it's got that unmistakable aesthetic. You're
Yeah.
the kind of person who dives headfirst into everything, though. You don't test the water, you jump, and that's honestly kind of badass. You skipped the tutorial and went straight to hard mode. Respect. Ooh, okay. First gun, a Barrett 50 cal BMG rifle. But you didn't skip the tutorial. You skipped the entire game.
Facts.
You challenged the gun gods to a deathmatch. The Barrett 82
You don't even know.
is an anti-material.
You ain't even go look at none of the instructions, the combinations, you don't even know what the characters are. You just went to the final boss and was like, what's up? Like, alright, I guess.
Rifle designed to disable vehicles and punch through cover. It weighs 30 pounds, costs more than 10 grand, and the ammo's like $5 a round. And you made it your first gun? What were you thinking? Actually, you know what? Don't answer that. I already know.
I don't even
You weren't
wanna-
thinking. You
Yeah.
saw it, you wanted it, and you bought it.
Yeah.
You're the kind of person who buys a Lamborghini before learning how to drive, and you
Yeah.
know what? It's pretty freaking funny.
And you got
Why
money.
start small when you can carry something that punches holes through engine blocks? You went full send. You challenged the gods to a death match, and now you're out here shooting 50 BMG at the range while everyone else stares in disbelief and definitely checks their life insurance. Absolute legend status. Completely unhinged, but definitely legendary. But
Facts.
my friends, that is the list. 16 first guns and what they say about you. Whether you played it safe with a Glock, went full unhinged with a Barrett, or started humbly with a 1022, your first gun tells a story. Drop a comment and let me know what your first gun was, and maybe I'll roast you personally. And hey, if you enjoyed this, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and definitely stick around for more. Now get out there and shoot something.
My first gun, like I said, was a Mossberg 500 with the stock cut off, a pistol grip, and another grip on the pump action part. Yeah, I don't have that gun no more. Then my second gun was a Maverick 88, also another shotgun for those who don't know. A lot more basic. Then I started getting creative. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Y'all go. Let me see. Hold on. Before we even do that, I ain't even gonna make y'all do that because I know y'all ain't gonna comment on this video. I don't want to comment on this video. Y'all don't like me or something. I ain't got to that status yet or something. I don't know. Let's see. Meanwhile, in Canada, is Nerf or nothing. You missed one. What about the Colt 1911? You just got money and you don't know what to do with it. My first gun was a Cowboy revolver, metal cap gun. Okay. Yeah, all the counter responsive guns don't kill people. Oh, yeah, facts. P320 is the only counter response to guns don't kill people. People kill people. A P320 kills people by itself, for sure. I ain't even, yeah. I started with a high point. You know what? And I saw another comment that said something about a High Point. We're gonna end the video right there. Y'all stay cool, get you some money, eat fruit, and don't buy High Points.